Hello everyone! Welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today I'm going to start opposite. So if you were with me yesterday, you knew I was prepping for the Amazon Live in my real life that's coming up, but for your life, it's already happened. So I'm showing you what I did for my reveals. So yesterday we did the picture frames and how I made them, and you only saw them on the reveal if you were on the Amazon Live. If you didn't make it, well, you got to see how I made those reveals. And today I'm also making apples for that live. So I've already made one last night that I need to demold so I can make another one. This is a cross that I made for an order for you, Deborah, and I did not do it on camera because I did this exact same one the first time I made the cross. So I don't like to do duplicates. So I had that in the pressure pot all night. So we're going to unmold this one so she could see that. These were a few extras from that pour. Then we're going to jump into today's video, which is a couple orders and another apple in a different way. So the orders that I have is this beautiful new butterfly jar in amethyst. She wanted this amethyst gel. I've got my sleeve protectors on because it is very cold today in Florida and I don't want to mess up my sleeves, yet I want to still be warm. I'm going to do another duck for that order of 12. I'm going to do another hummingbird in another blue. She wants 5 of them in different blues. This one is called Blue Iris from Rolio, so we'll do another hummingbird. I have an order for these little guys, which I forgot to clean my mold, in clear, just clear, so that was easy. So since I figured this is going in the pressure pot today for the best effect, I will put these in the pressure pot because I get the best effect in the pressure pot for that too. And then we're going to concentrate on this. I have several more cross orders. Please be patient with me, you guys. They take me a long time to paint that mica, and finding the time, and pouring is no problem. I could pour them all day long. Finding the time to paint and clean that mica is my problem to get those out quicker. So I'm very sorry. I know you guys are waiting. I'm trying so hard to get them out as fast as I can. So let's get to unmolding. Let me move a couple things here. I did use some extras from the black yesterday. Let me move these out of the way. And what I did, I made a whole bunch of pendants. I'm not going to show them all. So this one I painted with chameleon powder by Let's Resin, and I chose this color, so I don't know what it's going to look like, and then I filled it with black. I think it was called Mint. Yes, it's called Mint. So I painted the whole thing with my finger. That way when you flip it inside out, your fingers don't ruin the sides. Let's hope that actually happened. Then I had just a little bit left over because I got fooled by, usually they're really good. This one said 4.1 ounces right here. So I mixed up 5 ounces. Well, that only meant this. This holds 4.1 ounces, just the lid. So I had to remix. I mixed up another 4 ounces. I could not find anywhere on this mold how much this one actually held. So this one holds 3. So the whole apple holds about 7 ounces. So after I got that filled, because I made up 4, I had an extra ounce, I put that same mint powder into the black resin, and I made a whole bunch of pendants with it, just so I can get some extras. So if you could see what that looks like with it inside the black, it looks gorgeous. It looks way better in person. So I have about, I don't know, 10 or 15 of those made that I just need to put some flat back bales on. So since I've done a mica powder one, I also want to do one with alcohol ink and mica, but I'm going to add glue to them, and I'm going to try to, well, it's going to be an experiment. I don't know if it's going to actually hit the Amazon Live or not. Well, depends on how it comes out today. I want to see if they can stay separated. You know what I mean? If we add glue to both of them, I'm hoping to get veins of both. I don't know. So let's get these things unmolded. This was that pastel pink that I used for the cross. So there's another duck. Looks really good. I'll paint the eye, put the same stones that I have been doing for her on there. This is just a random little flower that I'll need to finish up. It actually has a hole right here to make a pendant out of it, but there was stuff in my mold, so we'll see if I can color over those. Those are leaves. I'll color those green. We'll see if I can save that piece. I guess there was some stuff in there. And this is our tiny little crystal butterfly that we have in the eBay store. So I will have to trim that up. I got one little bubble there, but I think we can cover that. That one should be good. So it's really pretty in. I need to leave that out. I'll put those back. Just trying to keep everything situated in the room today. So that one's going to be hard to get out. Let's get this out. This has been in the pressure pot for about 10 hours. And this is a matte mold, if you have not seen it. They do not sell this mold anymore, which is probably why I'm getting so many orders. And there is the inside. Came out nice. I don't see any bubbles anywhere. So that is good. And I'm trying so hard, you guys, to get the other ones finished. Let's see what this one looks like. This is such a soft silicone. It's really easy to unmold. Okay, that looks good. I have a little bit of touch-ups that I could not do with powders. These little things here. I'm going to add a few stones to the butterflies. She chose all of the mica powder colors, so I used the ones that she wanted out of the chrome set for these. So that's what that is. I have to get the chrome marker into the words. I will fix up some of that. This line that goes all the way around is beautiful. It's perfect, just like it always is in the pressure pot. So I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set that aside. We need to finish that one today. And let's get this unmolded. The lid will be easier. I did not put this on a heat mat or anything. I poured it like, I don't know, 10 or 12 hours ago, about 12 hours ago, with normal 1-to-1 epoxy. I can't get the lip to undo. Come on. Okay, here we go. Gosh. I got a couple little bubbles, which I couldn't see very good through the mold because of the painted part. So I tried. I saw a few come out when I was doing it. I did not paint the stem because I figured I'll do something after. Let's hope I don't pull it off. I'm just going to squirt since it's not been 24 hours. I don't want to pull my stem off. So here is the mint under black. That looks pretty cool. Not too bad. I got that bubble there, but we'll figure something out for that. Let's do this one. I'm just gonna, this one is gonna be hard just because of the shape of it. And it's not fully cured, like I said, but I need the mold, so I need to get it out. Try to get that alcohol down. You know what I'll use? I'm gonna use some soapy water instead. Try to get that. Come on. Wow, it is really suctioned to this. Try to get that water moved around and it might pop out much, much easier. Oh, here's the number right here. I didn't see it. 4.5 for the bottom. So it's saying, oh, you're right. That is right because I mixed up 5 and 4. I mixed up 9, ended up with 1 left over. So it is 8 ounces. They are correct. They are usually always correct. I don't know why I'm questioning that. Let me see what we got. Hopefully using my finger to put that mica powder on the mold did me well. Okay, need you. We need you. Just need to wipe all that off. Looks good. I think it looks great. So here is the mint color. Got a little scuff mark there, but that's not too bad. Again, I got that bubble right there, but nothing a little like ladybug can't do. I'm going to do something to the stem. I'm not sure what. I just need to trim off. There's a little flashing right there. This really isn't that bad. This needs to be trimmed. Oops. Let me just get that lid on for now so I can keep its shape while I set it aside for today. All right. I am going to, let's see, I want to concentrate on that one last. The other ones are basically pouring and putting in the pressure pot. So I think I'm going to do that first. These are just going to be clear. That's all. So we'll do that. These each are about 6 ounces for the 4. This has 8 written on it. So I'll mix up that first. Get those in the pressure pot. I'll probably do the duck in that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let's get some resin.
Brushes in hand and the world is my stage.
I mixed up 14 ounces, so 8 for the amethyst and 6 for the snowman. So I'm just going to split it so I can color it, and then I am going to put it through the vacuum chamber just because I want to take the extra precautions. So I just need 6 in here. I'm just going to guess. And a little bit more. Almost there. And then I'll get these situated in the pressure pot. Top them up in there. That's perfect. That's 8. So this I don't need to do anything. This is like a little pump thing. This is by Color Passion. And this is amethyst gel. Just squeeze it out. Just like a pigment paste. And it's gorgeous. And then we're going to just highlight this one with some silver bits and bobs everywhere. Maybe not everywhere. I can't remember exactly what it looked like in my head. I know it was really pretty. So I'll figure out the silver after we demold it. So just make sure, see how that pigment paste is right there? We don't want that. We're just going to get that mixed in. Let me move that. Vacuum chamber all of this. You probably don't need to if you have a pressure pot, but I still have a trust issue with it because it's still new to me. So I'm really taking precautions, especially I don't mind if it's not for anybody and I'm just messing around. But when it's for somebody and I want them to get it as soon as possible, then I do take precautions. So let me get that done.
Glitz and glitter lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky.
I've got the bottom shelf that we made out of acrylic discs and dowels, and then I have this top shelf that fits on top, so that's where these snowmen will end up going in there. So I'll move them over there after this is placed in there. So all I'm going to do is basically, let me just spritz the top of this, get those surface bubbles popped. And I do want to make sure, because it will not get rid of air pockets. It will just squeeze bubbles. So I don't want any air pockets left in there. I'm just going to squish it around and make sure it's touching that whole butterfly. And then we'll fill it up. Go around that inner lip to make sure we don't have any bubbles around there. Whoop. I thought we could see a little bit better, but we can't. So I'm just gonna take the stick the best I can. I think the pressure pot will do it pretty good. I overfilled it, of course I did. Where's my rag here? Now I get to carry it over there. It's not very far, but usually I like to top it up over there. Do like to spritz it, even though I'm just taking extra precautions, that's all. Let me just squish it around. Coat the whole thing. There's a lot of facets in this one. That looks good. Hopefully I was right when I said 8 ounces. I wouldn't even mind a little left over today. Ooh, we're gonna have a little left over. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna transfer this over there, top it up because it will shrink. I'm just going to go around this little edge here. Get those bubbles out of there. Give it its best chance, put it that way. All right, let me grab this, get it over there, and then we'll pour the snowmen. For these guys, the only problem area is their scarf. So I just want to make sure their scarves get full. But you have to fill up quite a bit of them before you could poke out that little bubble. That is considered an air pocket, and that will not be fixed in the vacuum chamber. So I just take my little stick here and kind of force it down in there and hope that I got it, if it was there at all. I'm not going to fill these completely up just because I have to carry this over there. Let me just make sure. Try it one more time. Where did it go? They're in a different spot on each one of these guys. If I can avoid building it after the fact, that would be great. This one is right down the front. I do squirt a little bit of alcohol down there just because the alcohol has to change spots with the resin. And hopefully that's what it does. See that bubble popped out? This one goes quite deep. I think we got it. And then, like I said, I will finish filling them up over there. And that one goes quite deep too. Now the scarf part is a matte portion of the mold. For whatever the reason, that's what their original was like. Their bubble came out. This one has a double scarf. All right, I think I got it. So I'm going to just move this over there, top them all up. Let me just give them their best chance at life. And then we'll do something with the extras. I think what I'm going to do before I fill up that pressure pot with air is get these two done since I have the extras. That way all these facets will be filled in. So let's do the duck in this purple. And then I'll mix the blue for the bird that she wants. All different colored, deep dark blues. I think 5 of those and 12 of these ducks. Of course, I'm working on it over a period of days, not all in one day. But I think this has the best chance in the pressure pot too. So since we're using it, we're going to put these in there. Make sure all those little bubbles pop out of the facets. And then the pressure pot will squeeze them away. That one's good. Let me move him over here. The pressure pot will do all the rest of that work. And then let's mix up a little bit of this Rolio blue. I have already picked out the other blues, so I don't forget which ones I've already done. So today's is Blue Iris. I'm just going to take a little scooper. We don't need much. It's a very small thing. And then squirt some alcohol in here to dissolve it. That looks good. We don't need a whole lot. And I still have a little bit of extra, so I think I'm going to make me a whole bunch of pendants today. Oh, I have another new mold I got to show you. Well, maybe we'll pour that. Let's get this done first. I don't know if I'll have room for the new mold in there or not. If I do, I'll stick it in. Why not? This is a hummingbird. And this one can be a little challenging, but not impossible. This beak, you got to get down in there. Sometimes I do have to make the beak smaller after demold because I get a bubble in there. And I just want to go around all these edges. This is a very, very difficult mold to trim when I'm making it. So you do want to, if you buy it, a lot of people have bought this one, make sure you're going around all these edges with the dotting tool to get your resin in there. Don't just trust it's gonna flow. That's what I'm finding. So let me move that over there, and then I will get this new mold out that Don just made. It's pretty cool. This is for all you Westerners. We got a cowboy boot and a skull of some sort. I don't know what kind of skull it is, but I think what I'm gonna do is mica powder the boot. Grab this little brush that came with it. And then pour the rest of the blue in there. And then I'm going to just mix up some white to see what that skull looks like in white. Because that's really what skulls look like over there in the West when you find them in the desert, I'm assuming, according to the movies that you watch. So this is the cutest little thing. I'm like, let's do that for all you Westerners out there who never get anything your way from me because we're in beach country over here. I'm just gonna, I can't spray it, and it will fit in the pressure pot, so that will be cool. I'm just gonna fill it with the rest of this blue. You could fill it with black, you could fill it with white, it doesn't matter. It will change the look of the mica powder when you're done, but it'll be okay. I need to add a little bit. I'll just add some clear to it. Just to fill it up. You're not going to see it. It doesn't really matter. So that's cool. We'll see that little boot. And the mold comes like this, so you'll get one of each. Let me grab a little thing of white. Hopefully, it's got two horns going down. So I'm hoping that it gets down in there without an issue. This is done. So let's get a little bit of white here. I don't know how much it's going to hold. I could just marble the rest of it. I'm just going to use alcohol ink this time so I don't have to worry about pigment paste. Or a little, this is a white pigment in dropper form. So I don't have to worry about the white not being mixed. Let's see, that needs a little more white. A little too off-white, a little too like skim milky for me. I'm just gonna squirt a bit. I don't even know where this came from. I've had it for many years. I rarely ever use it. That's better. I'm going to spritz down in there just because of those horns going each way. And like I said, the resin will displace itself with those alcohol that's in there and push that alcohol to the top of the mold. This is the first time I'm pouring it, so I don't know the tricks to it yet. Yeah, took most of that. Not all of it, but it did take most of it. Get up under that chin. That's it. I'm going to just spritz these things, move it to the pressure pot, and then I'll pour a few pendants. I've got another new mold I forgot to do. So this is this one. This one comes with a mermaid tail, a starfish, and a seahorse. So I'm just going to spritz this and use the rest of the amethyst in here. Set it aside. There is no more room in that pressure pot, so we're just going to do it on the table. Doesn't take a whole lot, just some of the drippings. Just a little bit. We'll see what this looks like. This is the first time I'm pouring this one. And there's probably going to be trimming. Again, these are really tiny, intricate molds from Small Originals. And they're very difficult to trim, but it's not hard to do. It's just time consuming. Just gonna fill that up. I think that's good. I still have a bunch, but like I said, I need some extras today, so I'm going to fill a bunch of those pendants here. I pulled out, let me set this aside. I think I'll just let that be until we demold it and I fix it with tape. Let me just go around these edges. You will have to trim. They're hand cut molds, so they're not perfect. I think I see a bubble over here on his belly. Yep. Get out. The resin is getting thick. Come on, get out of there. Why won't it come out? I need a paper towel. Where are you? I just need a smaller dotting tool, I think, to nudge it out. That one came out. Okay, that should be good. We'll find out when we demold it anyway. I'm going to marble this white, but I'm going to pour this amethyst into some of these. This is going to give us a lot. I know it doesn't look like it, but you know what I'm going to do? Put it in a little smaller cup, just for easier to pour here. And I think I'm going to change the color because I don't really like see-through things for pendants. Let me just get it all out. I'll add either, you know what I'll add? I'll add one of these opaque pigments that I just pulled out in purple or something. These are the 18 Colors Opaque Resin Pigments by Let's Resin, of course. This is light purple. What else do we have? Red. Do we just have purple? We just have purple. Let me just shake this up real good. It really needs to go on my vortex mixer for a minute. Let me just do that real quick. I don't have a ball bearing in this one, but it should be okay. I don't even know if this one's open yet. Nope, doesn't look open. That's why there's no ball bearing in there. Just going to pop it open with a thumbtack. And see if we can change this color. I don't know if I'm going to like that color for a pendant. You know what we're going to do? We're going to add... what are we going to add? Crushed crystal, I'm thinking, or a mica powder to give it some shimmer. Let's add crushed crystal to it. A nice little dose. This is the time where you can experiment with things you wouldn't do otherwise. I'm going to do another good dip in there. Since it's extra and it doesn't matter, it's getting thick. So we may end up with some bubbles, but it'll be okay. Either way. Where's my spritz? I like this side better, just because of the pinch bails going on them. Let's start here. If you dome these ones, they're pretty easy to trim. You only need like a nail file to do it. But if you don't dome them, you've got a lot of edges to trim. And it's so hard because they're so small to hold on to. I'm just going to do all of them, as many as I can, because I definitely can use them. And I'm hoping the crushed crystal sinks so we could see most of it. I don't know if it will though, because this is pretty thick. We've been working with it quite a while. This is why I don't mix all my resin for the day in one batch, because I take too long and then it gets too thick, and then your last projects are not going to turn out the best that they could. I would rather just remix. Look at that, perfect. Remix, not worry about it, not rush. That way everything has its best chance at life. Okay, that's done. So for this one, I was going to marble this color out of that. So this is called green, but it looks teal. Maybe I don't want green. I mean, I wanted like a bluish. But, I mean, it looks teal. Let me just put this on the vortex mixer real quick, since it already has that ball bearing in the bottom. It just kind of stirs up all that sediment on the bottom. And you don't have like just pigment coming out or just alcohol coming out or whatever it is that they use in here. I don't think they use alcohol. That looks much better. I'm just going to try to... One drop? I think I'm going to stick with one drop. One drop, swirl it. Let me spritz these and hope we get some green in each one of them. Not just white. Maybe I should do another drop. The back always looks pretty, and then I just want some on the front. If you run out while you're pouring, you just add yourself another drop. So I'm just gonna do 2. I want to make sure we get some on the fronts. Let's do some of these. And if it combines to all green, it's okay too. That one might. They'll all be unique. I try to pour the ones that a flatback bale fits on. This has beautiful pendants in there in cool shapes, but I can't get flatback bales on a lot of them. I mean, you can use them as earrings, but that's a lot of fiddly work that I don't have time for, to put posts and backs and all that. So I try to just do pendants. But it's got some really cool like teardrop ones that I love. I just don't have the time for them. I have enough to do this tiny little one over here. Almost enough. Now I have enough. Couple drips. It's amazing what a couple drips will do. All right, those look good. I'm going to clean up, grab some resin. I only need 8 ounces, and we're going to try this thing with the apple and see if it works today. I mixed up 8. I know it said a little bit over 8, but barely over 8. So I'm going to try and do just 8 because I wanted to use a small cup. So I think what I'll do is get my powder dissolved in this cup for 4 ounces. I'm going to add crushed crystal to the clear. See if we see it at all. So this is just red and red on the Let's Resin brand. Mica is called red. The alcohol ink is called red. So let's see if they'll go together for one. And I kind of want to keep the alcohol ink translucent. I want to make sure, if it works, that we actually see the difference. All right, that's good. I'm just going to put 4 ounces in here. I think I'm going to pipe it in just because I have better control over what's going where. It's 4.5. You know what? I'm going to do a little bit more of the alcohol ink. That's fine. 4.5 of that. Let me mix this up. Again, this is just called red, and I want it transparent looking over at that apple, I'll have to get good pictures of it at the end for you. That mint colored chameleon powder is red and green. It looks like a really cool apple from afar, from a certain angle. I'll have to get pictures. I don't know, maybe you noticed it when I showed it on the demold, but I didn't. No, I saw mostly green on the demold, but from standing over here, it's got red and green, which was perfect for an apple. Oh, I do want to mix in a little crushed, oops, that's almost probably too much, but that's all right. It's no big deal. Then I'm going to add in glue. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of crushed crystal. I'm going to do 4 drops of glue in each one. Definitely going to run it through the vacuum chamber or it will look cloudy. 3, 4. I add my glue after I like my color combination, glitter combination, whatever it is. I always do it last because it's going to make it really, really gloopy. And I just want to make sure that my colors were stirred in properly before I add glue. So that is really gloopy. Okay. I'm probably going to split this into another cup as well just because of the glue. In the vacuum chamber, it needs a lot of space to come up and then release. So this I just need to mix in, get all that mica powder dispersed evenly, and then we'll add the glue, which doesn't take long. Of course, I'm using a red stick today. 4 drops of this. I won't take you through the vacuum chamber. You know what it looks like. And then I'm going to put it in a piping bag. Get it all prepped and ready. Now, if you can't get your hands on Elmer's glue, somebody had the question overseas, can you use PVA glue? And yes, that is PVA glue, same thing. So if you are not in the US and you can't get Elmer's, just get yourself PVA glue. Same thing, it'll work. I recommend clear. 50% of people say white works. 50% of people say white does not work. I've never tried white, so I can't say what my experience has been. But if you have access to clear, why not just get clear and you won't have to worry about it? That's my thought behind it. But maybe some people already had white and didn't want to buy clear. I'm not sure. All right, let's get this in the vacuum chamber and bagged. I'm kind of excited. I hope we see a difference. I don't know what's going to happen. I've got it bagged and I'm realizing, one, I should have left this clear because the lid is going to look different than the base. And I always forget that until it's too late because this is like one chunk of resin and this has sidewalls that this does not have. So there's definitely going to be a difference. Kind of wish it was clear. We'll see if there's any bit of a difference. I don't know. So this could be a total bust. Let me just, oops, of course it went right in there. Just gonna try to stand these up so they don't leak out. Now when you have glue in your resin, it will cure quicker. I just want to get, I think I'm gonna do this right down in there first. So I'm not trying to marble that piece. So I really don't know what to do for this. I think I'm just going to kind of do blocks of color. So the red is redder than the clear, but I think what I'm going to do, I want to do the apple first. This one here. Just so I could see what I have left. I want at least the apple to look good. I'll worry about that here. And I kind of want to... Oops. I want it kind of stripey-ish. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm going to get that. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to do when you're on your own. Like if Don was here, he could hold it for me, but he's not. So This is hard. It's dripping and it's gloopy. I want big blocks of color, you know. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. So we can see the differences in the resin. And I don't think that we're going to see any differences, to be honest with you. I gave it its best chance at life, like that, with the glue. But I honestly don't think it's going to do any good. Because it's kind of combining. Well, what's the worst that can happen? We get a red apple? I mean, honestly, that's not a bad result. But trying to be a little different here. I want to add some to this. I don't know. I cannot tell through the sidewalls what's happening. You know those striations on an apple that you see from the different colors? That's what I'm going for. But I don't know that I will achieve that. I'm just going to fill that up. All right, well, here goes nothing. I could be doing all of this work for absolutely nothing for a red apple that I could have just poured red. And I hope, because I only did 8, that I don't need the extra 0.2. If I do, I'll just do like clear and pour it in. Yeah, I need the extra 2 for that lip. You've got to be kidding me. Of course I do. I'm going to just mix up clear and pour it in off camera. No big deal. I see little air pockets though. See that? That's what I couldn't see yesterday because it was painted with mica powder. So all those empty spots you want to get in there. Not too concerned about ruining the marbling at this point because I don't know that it's doing that. Come on, get out. It's a little harder with the glue because it's so gloopy. I see these bubbles. I'll have to wipe this. Can't tell if that's a bubble or not. It does really need some more before I can do this properly because right now it's barely reaching that lip. So I'll do that and get it finished. I might finish those extras right now. I might wait till later. I'm not sure. You'll just have to wait and see what process I go through.
Michelle's got her apron on, little shop sign says glitz and glitter. Red apple jar on a spinning stand, ladybugs, leaves getting thicker. Green red shimmer on the next one's rim, color shifts when she tilts it slow. Tiny dot, steady hand, soft hum as a praise song starts to grow. Whoa. Glitz and glitter for the Lord, yeah. Every full of resin, heart full of Jesus. She laughs, look what he lets me do. Every swirl a story, every shine is truth. From this little corner of town, she's spreading joy around, serving him in simple ways, day by day by day. Yeah, glitz and glitter for the Lord, yeah. Every jar a little prayer she pours. From the resin to the shine, she's giving back her time. Glitz and glitter for the Lord, all this color for the King she adores. Every apple, every cross, every butterfly lifts his name high. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lifts his name high.
All right, my friends, I did a little work while I was waiting for these to cure. This one's cured. I have to wait a few more hours for the other one. So I'll show you what I did while we wait. Here's the ton of pendants I got done. I put all the flat back bales on. I did unmold these three. These ones that are tapered, I put a little rhinestone at the top, tapered to the bottom. The marbling came out good on the green and white ones. I'm really happy with those. Here's the purple ones with the crushed crystal in them. And then, let's see, these are the trio, the mermaid tail. I put 3 rhinestones here and 3 up here, and I did back coat everything with white UV resin because they were see-through and I didn't want them see-through. Here is the seahorse. I put 3 rhinestones here on those gems and 1 for the eye. Back coated that in white UV resin. And then here's the starfish. So I just put some rhinestones there. So those are all little pendants. I think they're pretty cute. And all those are done. Let's see, this is the flower. I chopped off 2 of the flowers, the one with the hole in it because I didn't want to make it a pendant. Chopped off the one that had the red in it because I couldn't get it covered. I painted the leaves green, tipped all the petals with silver, and I put a magnet on the back of that one. Here's the butterfly. I just dressed it up a little bit this time. I painted the body with silver chrome and then I went over with tiny little rhinestones, and then there was that bubble right here. So I figured, well, if I'm covering that one, I need to make it symmetrical. So if that's the word. So that has rhinestones. Here's the little duck. So this is number 3 for her. Here is the cross. Came out really pretty. It took quite a while to do this. So I repainted the green, wasn't happy with the green. I put stones on the centers of all the flowers, which I knew I was going to do when I brush them. Stones on the butterflies, down the bodies and on the wings. Here's the little flowers here. I went around the edge with the gold, and then I put the gold into the words and washed it off quickly. And that is beautiful. Now this is a matte mold, otherwise these chrome powders would have been a lot shinier. They're not because of the matte mold. So that goes with this. I didn't want to do anything in there because I didn't know if she's going to store anything and you'll just break off the little stones. So that's another one down in the books. That one's really pretty. Here's the green one. Can you see the red-green shift? You really can't see that in the camera. Well, kind of like, see the red here and the green up there? It's really cool. It was a great color. These are great for like teachers' gifts. Now, my mold had scuff marks on it, so I put a leaf right over that. And then that bubble right there. So I found some ladybugs to climb in, and then I just blinged out the little stem there. So I do have a bubble there too. I should probably put another bug on there, but it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So that is the chameleon powder one. So let's get out the red one. And I mixed up another ounce of clear, dumped it in, and look what it gave me. Not too happy about that because I didn't have glue in it for one. I just dumped it in the center of this one and it was fine. I think this one's going to be a bust. I don't think it worked the way I wanted it to. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to hit Amazon live or if I'm going to just try to redo something. I don't know yet. I'll have to think about it. Oh my gosh, it's so difficult to get that. Let me get a dotting tool. So I can't grab it. It's like suctioned. There we go. How'd I do with bubbles under the lid? Hopefully it's cured enough. I did have it on the heat mat for a couple hours when we took our dogs for a trail walk today, so they were so happy. It was perfect weather for that. I do want to spritz this with alcohol just in case. I have ripped things like this off in the past. There we go. Well, that's not horrible. It's not what I expected. I mean, the lid I knew was going to be like not perfect, but I love the sparkle. I like that the fact that it's not all alcohol ink. It's not all mica powder. Let me get some tape here. I want to clean this off because I'm going to be using it several more times. So I just want to start with a clean surface here. Come on, I know you're sticky. I'm not happy with that clear. I can't believe that did that. I did not expect it to do that. Otherwise, it might have been okay. I just got drippings down here. The best thing to do is clean your molds before you pull it out. It's so much easier. All right, let me get that little piece there. Oh, and that piece right there. Got it. Let's do, get that off. I am gonna trim the bottom. Man, can't believe that clear did that. Totally ruined my thing I had going on. Come on. Come on. Gosh, this one is hard to break that seal. For whatever reason. Oh, it's pretty simple to get out though. This one's not bending like the other one. Well, could it be okay? Could it possibly be okay? I did want clear. Remember I said, why did I put that red alcohol ink in? Well, it's not too bad. It's really not too bad. It goes together. What is that? Oh man, that's a little bit of the powder left that didn't come off in the last one. It looks like a ladybug's going there. What do you think of it? That part looks really cool. It's not that bad. I mean, I guess it's Amazon Live worthy. I'll do something to this stem. I'll probably put a leaf on it. I'll probably put a ladybug on that right there. I don't know. I'm happy. What do you guys think? Can you see that? I don't like that. Let's see what the inside looks like. Yeah, you could see that it kind of tried to keep it. This is what I was going for right here on the whole thing, but I didn't get it on the whole thing. But it's really not, it's not bad. Different. Huh. Not too shabby. All right, well, I'm going to head out with my friends for dinner tonight. And then when I get back, I think that the rest will be ready to demold and finish. So I will wait to finish everything. You know, I don't have, oh, I got one tiny little bubble right there. Barely a bubble. That's it. Not too bad for that. Maybe I'll put like one right on the bubble. And one on that green spot right there. I just use super glue. I'll just do it right now. I'm just going to cover up this little bubble. One dot of super glue, really tiny. And it really grabbed the other ones quickly. Yeah, and that one grabbed quickly too. Hopefully it'll still, yeah, it'll still hang over. And then one little Dab of super glue right on that dot. We'll put a white one right there. He's climbing up too. Not too bad. It's cute. Pretty happy with it actually. It's so sparkly. Can you see all that crushed crystal I stuck in there? I don't know. The more I look at it, the more I like it. There's something on the inside. Let me get that out. Okay. I don't know. I kind of like it. All right. Give me a little bit of time. Actually, not me. We're giving the pressure pot a little bit more time, and then we will unmold that in just 1 second. It's time to get everything else out. Let's start with the little duck. I think I will cover this one in white as well because it's pretty transparent. Here's some white behind it. Although it looks pretty good. I don't see any bubbles in there. It came out good. We got 2 ducks done today. Here is a hummingbird. It's been in there about 10 hours. So it is soft because it's not been 24. So I'm just gonna gently take this out so I don't rip anything off. There's that one. That looks pretty. No bubbles in that one. I need to let that fully cure. That wing can pop right off very easily, I'm sure. Here's the cowboy boot. I don't know if I want to take that one out today or not, though. I'm afraid I might pull a horn off. Here's the boot. That's cute. That was a purple blue shift, I think. If I remember correctly, maybe it's just blue, but that's pretty. No bubbles. Should we try this? I guess, well, it's stretchy enough that I could pull that out like that. I think we'll be able to get it out without a problem here. There we go. There it is. I don't even know what it is, but you know, it's the iconic skull that you see in the West, right? No idea what animal it is. A steer maybe, with those horns. So that is our new Western mold. Pretty cute. All right, let's get these out. These should be okay. I want to be careful with the little scarves. Perfect scarf. The nose is good. I forgot all about the nose. I didn't even pull the little bubble out, but it worked okay. Nice and clear. Not one bubble in sight. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's do this one. These scarves are going to the side. Those are perfect. Let's see, the nose is good. I don't have to do anything to these. She just wants them plain. Not a problem, that's easy. And let's see, this scarf is going to the left. Come on, don't break off. There we go. Perfect. And the nose is good. So, even without plucking that little bubble out of the nose, they still came out. Nice. Those are good. What do we got left? Just this jar. Then I have just a little bit more blinging to do. And I will be done. Look at that. Gorgeous. No bubbles in any of the gems. All the way around looks perfect. Look at that color. Looks like an amethyst. And I forgot to clean off my molds. It's not too bad. Just checking for bubbles here. I think I see silicone, but I don't see bubbles. I gotta pull this up to me so I can get that suction. I think I remember this last time. I couldn't get the suction released. There we go. Hang on just a second. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, I didn't notice the 2 butterflies on the bottom. That is so sparkly. Is that... Oh, we got a bubble there. And there. So it is not foolproof. What is that? Why does that look like that? Why is that white? It's like the silicone is stuck behind it. That's strange. It doesn't belong there. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna get it off. Yeah, that's silicone that got stuck in there. Weird. So that means there's a little bubble there, but yeah, I gotta pull the silicone out. Some reason it got stuck in some of those little parts right here. So I will work on that. Get all that out for some weird reason. Well, sometimes when you have these gem, yeah, we got some bubbles around these edges. So I think, I don't know, let me see how I can do this, if I can fix it or not. Otherwise, I will report for her off camera, since you've already seen, but it looks gorgeous. Lid fits good. All those little pearls are great. I think I will fix the wingtips. Maybe I could do that, because a few of them have bubbles from where the silicone got stuck. Every once in a while you'll get these molds with facets and the silicone will rip off inside of it, which is strange. I think I've only used this, what, once, maybe twice? Not sure. Okay, everything's demolded. Let me move all these molds out of my way. I'm gonna finish up a couple of things. I'll just do it off camera. And I've already put you guys in a couple fast forwards today. I don't want to do that again to you. So let me just finish up a couple things and I'll show you the end results. Let me show you what I did. So I backed this little fella with some white UV resin. Put 3 stones there, just like the rest of them. I'm trying to keep them all about the same, just different colors. So there's the 2 from today, which I didn't realize I did 2. I have the others sitting over here. So we have 4 of them done. So we have the red and then the purple. Oh wow, we have a couple purples. So we have 4 out of 12 done. And they're all about the same. Which ones? These were today. Didn't do anything to this one because I think it's just shouldn't be anything done to it. I don't know. I'm not going to bling it up or anything. Here's the boot though. I did bling up the boot. I put a black sole on the bottom, some rhinestones there, and then on some of the flowers, and that's it. Probably put a magnet on the back. I'm just letting it dry. This one needs to fully cure before I mess around. I really don't want to touch it much because of that wing. Silver on the tips and a black for the eye on that one. Nothing on these. Here's the, I just put a gold stem on this one and then a leaf. I know it's not an apple tree leaf, but it's the only leaf that I had. So that is that one. And I will probably do one more. I'm not quite sure how many I'm going to do for the demo on that. Here's the jar. She wanted silver highlights, so I did go around these little pearl things and then rhinestones down the center of the butterfly. I highlighted the tips of those, and then for the butterflies, I just tipped each one with a rhinestone, and that's actually a rose in the center of that butterfly. So I took a very fine tip silver marker and went over the rose in each one. So that's all I did to that one. I'm going to trim it all better tomorrow when everything's fully cured, get all those edges cleaned up really nice. But it's late and I wanted to get everything kind of done tonight. Nothing else done to these. I think that's it for today. A full table again. So I will see you guys tomorrow for probably another full table. I hope you have a blessed day, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes, a radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Sparkly streams, her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace, in her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace, in her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart.